Hey, great afternoon, folks. Hey, this is Wesley Virgin here. Hey, welcome to the Sunday Mindset Message here. I'm a bit late because I've been working all morning. I've been so busy. I had to speak with my daughter for a few hours, but everything's good to go. But in this message here, I want to keep it quick. I want to talk about the flow state. Okay, the flow state. Okay, and that may be familiar to you. You may understand the flow state as being in the zone. Okay. And I want you to remember when you were in the zone. Can anybody remember that? Raise your right hand. Maybe in the bed right now, like I am, because I've been working. I've been working and working, and I'm excited because something amazing is happening right now. And I'm going to share it with you at the end of this video. But listen, how many of you have ever been in the zone? I remember when I was a little boy playing basketball, you're making all the hoops. He's like, man, I'm in the zone right now, man. He said, he's in the zone. He's in the zone. How many of you can relate to that? Women and men, comment below if you can relate to being in the zone. Now, I want you to really think about this like this. When you're in the zone, you feel as if everything that you're doing is perfectly aligned with the goal or the achievement or the desire. Yes? Like when you're in the zone, you feel happy, correct? When you're in the zone, you feel that, man, I'm untouchable, man. Nothing can stop me right now. It's like when we watch basketball players, football players on the TV, and we're like, man, they're in the zone right now. Man, this guy cannot be stopped, right? Or maybe in business, you're making money, you're making sales, you're calling your customers, and boom, you killed it. You call another customer, boom, you're killing it. You're just making all this money. And it's like everybody you talk to, they just get involved. Well, I think we all can relate. But what I want to teach you here in the next 5 minutes on how to be in the zone all day, every day. Okay? Can I get an amen to that? I'm gonna share those secrets here this afternoon. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to be in the zone, how to be in flow state all day long. Listen, a little bit about me. You guys know me. Some of you don't. But I grew up in the south side of Houston, Texas. My parents never made more than $20,000 a year. We were average, poor average in between that. But I didn't grow up rich. I didn't grow up with a rich mindset. I didn't grow up understanding that I can own fancy cars and buy fancy homes and fly around the world. As a matter of fact, I didn't leave the country until the age of like 27. So, and I wasn't even I never flew on a plane to the age of 27. So I knew nothing about success and abundance, manifestation, nothing. Okay. However, over the decades, I did learn how to use my mind in a certain way to attract and manifest the things that I want easier and faster than most people. And by learning this, I was able to, like right now, I have a net worth of 30 million plus, have several businesses online. I have several real estate properties online. I'm getting paid just automatically every single month. And I have the freedom. I have 3 children. They're doing well. They're excellent in whatever they're doing in their own regard. But it's like everything's in the zone. Everything's in a flow state right now, right? And I've been in flow state for the past 10 years by learning what I'm going to give you in the next 5 minutes. Okay? And I promise you something. Listen, what I'm about to share with you is very simplistic. It's not difficult. It's not hard. It's not anything arduous, right? But it's just something that you got to believe works. See, the big issue when it comes to people like yourself, when you hear information like this from millionaires or successful people or mentors or whatever, it's not that you don't understand what we're sharing with you. The issue is you just don't believe it. Like if I give you something simplistic to do, to be in flow state, to attract and manifest whatever you want, you may say, okay, I understand what you just shared with me. But understanding and believing is 2 different things. So I'm going to ask all of you to comment the word I believe, Wes. Because if you don't believe this, because you might say, oh, that's just too simple. Come on, it got to be more than that. Well, that's the reason. Your natural rejection of the information is the reason why you feel stuck. It's the reason why you have this, you're on this emotional spiral all the time, right? You're up, you're down, you're pissed, you're happy, you're disappointed, you're sad, like you're all over the place, right? So what I want you to do, I want you to suspend your beliefs for a second, just as if you was watching a movie, okay, or reading a book that is totally fiction, not even real. But suspend your beliefs, and I want you to imagine, and hypothetically, if what I'm sharing with you is absolutely real and that you choose to believe it right now. And by doing that, I want you to come with the words, I believe. Wesley, I believe exactly what you're about to share with me. I believe it. I believe it right now. What you're about to tell me, I don't care how simplistic it is, how it can be something that's just so adolescent, kindergarten type. But I believe. I just believe. I'm going to believe it, and I'm going to do it. Can I get everybody to do that below? Just comment the word. Just I believe, Wes. I believe. I believe. Because like I said before, if you don't believe it, okay, because there's a part of you that's going to say, man, come on, I know this already. Some of you are going to say, come on, that's just too simple. It's that simple. Everybody will be doing it, right? Like this is what's, your mind naturally is going to do that when I share what's going to put you into the flow state. Because see, listen, when you're in the flow state, when you're in the zone, you are fucking unstoppable. Forgive me for my language here. I know it's Sunday, but let me tell you something. When you're in the zone, when you're in flow state, it doesn't matter what's happening in your life. Okay. You almost become detached from the world and the world experiences and the situations that you're in. You become very detached emotionally. Because when you're in the zone, all you can see, to paint a picture for you, it's the finish line. That's it. You can see the finish line. The finish line is clear. You see that line. You see that little rope, and you just cross it. Okay? It's just like the people that you watch on TV, the basketball players, football players, whatever, you know, they're just in the zone, right? It's just like, it's a magical place because it's like nothing can go wrong. Okay? And it doesn't. And these people win over and over and over and over again. And you're like, man, how this person is doing that over and over again? It's just like a Mayweather. Like this man has never lost a fight. Like he's in a zone when he was fighting. He was it was a flow state. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you're a good person, a bad person. It doesn't matter if you're cocky, arrogant, passive, submissive. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with what I'm about to share with you right now. So can I get every one of you need to comment this word below. I believe, Wes. I believe. I want you to believe me in advance. Okay? I don't want you to leave your beliefs to chance. Just believe it right now. Just say, because think about it. What do you have to lose? You have to lose nothing. You're not paying me any money. I'm not here to market you any products. I'm not going to sell you at the end of this talk here on my podcast. I'm here to give you genuine advice that will put you into the flow state. So whatever solution or whatever problem that you're looking to solve, you will solve it. Okay? It's cool? All right, so check it out. So, and it's quite simple. To be in a flow state, to be in a zone state, and just to kind of explain to you what happens in the mind, you have to be very relaxed. Okay? So let's do it right now. Now, the question is, how do we become relaxed, Wes? How can I relax my mind and my body? Listen, when your body and your mind is not relaxed, you're not going to be able to do anything well. You ever met a person that, you know, if you're having a conversation with them, they look very peaceful, very relaxed, very contained, right? Almost like everything in their life is perfect. You haven't even spoken to them yet, but just how they carry themselves. They're not in a hurry. They're not rushing. They're just in a relaxed state. So I'm going to do that to you right now. I want everybody to take a deep breath through your nose. Come on. Hold it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. One more time. Take a deep breath through your nose. Hold it. Exhale. Now, one thing that you will notice is that you're more relaxed. Now, this is the first step of being in the flow state. See, we just took 2 deep breaths. That's all we did. And what we did was we oxygenated the body and the brain. When the brain has more oxygen, the brain is able to relax. When the brain is relaxed, the brain is more malleable. What that means is that whatever we want to imprint or whatever we want to believe, it will happen. Okay? Like if you're working on a problem and you're trying to fix it and you feel that you can't find a solution, or you're just like, oh, I tried everything. Well, just by taking those deep breaths, now we have relaxed the mind. By relaxing the mind, you give the mind the opportunity to find the solutions for your so-called problems. Okay? So one more time, take another deep breath through your nose all the way in. And exhale. Now, what I'm about to do next is going to take 2 minutes. And I want you to stay with me. And I know you feel at this moment that you can stay with me now. Listen to every word that I say, because it's going to be easy and quick. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to look up. Now, when I say look up, I want you to try to look up at the ceiling, but don't move your head. So what that looks like is you're almost going to strain to look up. I want you to keep your head looking straight ahead. And I want you to try to look at the ceiling, but don't move your head. So you're going to feel the strain. So do that now. Go ahead. Look up, keep looking up. Try to look at the ceiling, but don't move your head. Keep your head straight. Okay? Maybe looking at a wall, a window, or whatever. But try to look at the ceiling, but don't move your head. Keep doing it. Keep trying. I know it's hard. Yeah, I know. It's straining. And now what I want you to do, when I count down to 1, I want you to release and close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. Now your eyes are shut. Okay? And now your body is more relaxed. And the more you listen to my voice, you naturally relax. You naturally become very calm and very peaceful. And the more you listen to my voice, you realize that you are peaceful and you are relaxed. And what I want you to do is, while you're in this state, your eyes are closed, I want you to notice your breathing. You've probably never noticed how your chest rises and it deflates and it rises. You can notice it's going up and down, up and down. And the further you go down, the deeper you go into the state of peace and calmness. And the last thing I want you to do is, I want you to imagine as if there's a door in front of you. I want you to imagine there's a door in front of you. I want you to see the doorknob. I want you to see the door. And all I want you to do is turn the knob. And when you turn the knob and you open the door, you're going to see your younger self. You're going to see yourself as a child. And I want you to remember a memory of you as a little girl or a little boy, with the first memory that pops into your head now. I want you to remember the earliest memory when you were a little boy or a little girl. And when you open the door, you're going to see that person. Go ahead and open the door. Now you see him. That's you. That's you as a little kid. And you may naturally smile because you're seeing yourself as a little kid years ago. And all I want you to do is, I want you to take that little kid by the arms, which is you. And I want you to pull them close or pull her close and look that person in the eye and say, everything that you want is inside of you. You are confident. You're powerful. You're handsome. You're beautiful. You're excellent. You know how to solve any problem, and you will solve every problem in your life with ease because you are always in the flow state. I want you to tell your childlike self that everything always works in your favor. And you're going to see that child, which is you, going to smile. It's going to be happy that you said these words. And then the last thing I want you to do, I want you to go down to your knees and hug them. And I want you to feel the arms of the childlike you around your body. And you may begin to cry. And you may begin to laugh and smile. But I want you to hold them close and really hug them and tell them in their left ear, you got this. You can have anything that you want. There's nothing that you can't have. Everything that you want and everything that you touch turns to gold. Always. Remember that. And I want you to let them go. And I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel perfect. You're going to feel that you're in the natural flow state now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open your eyes. How do you feel? Now, how do you feel? And be very honest in the comments below here. What I want you to understand, you were just in the flow state. That's what it was. Now you may say, how do you know, Wes? You were just in the flow state right now. You know how I know? I mean, look at the comments below. Everybody's saying, oh, I felt great. I felt good. Well, don't you feel great? I felt peaceful. But don't you feel great and peaceful when you're in the flow state, when you're in that Zen state? Right? When you're in the zone, you feel peaceful, you feel great, you feel like everything is perfect, right? Well, that's exactly what you just did. That's the flow state. Okay? So now the question is, Wesley, how can we go there all the time? Okay? Because I wanted to give you an example on how it feels to be in the flow state, because I know some of us, we can remember a time when we were in the flow state or in the zone, but I just gave you a live demonstration. You were there. You were peaceful. You didn't think about bills. You didn't think about problems. You didn't think about you didn't think about anything. You didn't think about work. You didn't think about your failed marriages. You didn't feel about your illness. You didn't think about how fat you are. You didn't think about you being alone. You didn't think about any of that. You were just in a very perfect state of peace and bliss. Okay? By the way, at a state of bliss is where creation happens faster. Like when you're in a state of bliss and happiness and peace, man, you just can create anything. But now you need to learn how to create this when you're in these very tumultuous times or in these very just complex, uncertain situations in your life, right? Anxiety and stress and disappointment, right? So I'm going to teach you, okay? Stay with me here. Are you with me? I want everybody to come and how do you feel right now? I have a feeling over 70% of you have a smile on your face right now. Am I right or am I wrong? I think 70% of you, if not more, you have a smile on your face right now. You're just like, God damn, it felt good, Wes. That's where I want to be. Yeah, because see, you want to feel like that all the time. Right? You do, don't you? And it took 5 minutes to do. Right? Okay. It's powerful, isn't it? It's like it's magic. But it's not magic, folks. It's not magic at all. It's very simple stuff. Right? Let's check it out. Now, how do we get there all the time and how do we get what we want? Because I think we can all agree, because we've all experienced being in the zone, in flow state, that we just tend to get what we want out of life. Right? It's just like a guy. He goes out one night and says, you know what, I'm going to talk to every girl and I'm going to get all these numbers. And he go out there and he does it. He gets all the numbers from the girls, right? He's just like, man, I'm getting every girl right now. I'm getting every this. Or it could be a woman say, you know what, I'm going to lose 5 pounds this week. And boom, she loses 5 pounds this week. 100%, you know? Or it could be a person say, you know what, I'm going to get this job. I know I'm going to get this job. This job is destined for me. And she gets it. Or a person that's trying to pass a test and say, I know I'm going to pass this test. It's going to happen. And it happens. They say, man, I'm in the zone. You know, then boom, they check their bank account. They say they have the extra $1,000. I mean, it's like everything in their life is happening perfectly. We've all experienced this, all of us. But I want to teach you how to stay in it. How do we do it? One word. You know my word is, if you know me, you know exactly what I'm going to type or what I'm going to share with you below. What is the one word that Wesley $1 billion Virgin is about to tell you, okay? That I've told you for years, for the past 5 years of doing this podcast here, this very, very famous podcast. What am I about to tell you? How do How do we remain in that state for the rest of our lives? Can anybody tell me? There you go. Woo! I love my people. I love you because you're listeners. You see what the person just typed below in the chat box? Look at the chat box right now. Meditation. Okay? So, it's meditation. Honestly, that's what it is. Honestly, I can't wait to write my first book because meditation is the key to success. It's the key to everything that you want. Meditation. It's meditation. Okay. Yeah. It's meditation. Yes. I know what you're thinking. Wesley, oh God, you're talking about meditation again. Yeah. I get it. I know some of you don't get it. Some of you do it, but you don't do it consistently. But man, if I can get you to believe that meditation is just where it's at, if you ever want to detach yourself from all the emotionally charged negative moments in your life, just meditate, man. Meditate. It will put you in the zone because the zone is a place where nothing goes wrong. Nothing. Like a meditation puts you in a place where everything just works out perfectly. It just does. And it doesn't matter what's happening externally. Things externally is going to happen. But everything that's happening externally is happening for a reason for you to fulfill the dream. Okay. Now, what does meditation mean? Meditation means to get familiar with your mind. Can I get everyone to take notes and write that in the comments? Rest of the time, you're just not familiar with your own brain. That's all that means, okay? Does that make sense? Give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay, folks, I'm sorry. I'm back now. Are you with me? I'm back. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear my voice. Okay, great. I'm almost done. Look, it's just to get familiar. Just listen. Keep it simplistic. Don't make this difficult. Okay? Because if you make this hard and difficult, you're going to suffer for the next 5, 10 years of your life. I'm telling you. I've known people who are very smart and very intelligent people, and they don't have $10,000 in their bank account. It's like they just working, and nothing is happening. I've met so many people like this. And they're wondering why people like myself have breakthroughs and why other people win and other people just keep continuing to lose. Listen, this is the key. This is what they don't want you to know. Honestly. Meditation is just to get familiar with your mind. That's it. Getting familiar with the mind, which means is you're only aware of your conscious thoughts. Like right now, you may say, I want to fix my life, or I want to make more money, or I want to close this person on the phone, or I want to be a better father, or a better mother, or whatever you want, right? That's conscious thought. That's something that's in the present moment, something that you desire, something that you're thinking about. But you have another part of your brain. It's called the unconscious mind. This is what you're not thinking about. The unconscious part of your mind is the reason why your heart is beating right now, even though you're not thinking about it, but now you are. Unconsciously, there's blood flowing through your left toe, but you never thought about it until now. The unconscious mind is the reason why you can digest that Sunday dinner or that Sunday meal you just ate. It's digesting that coffee you drank this morning or that bagel. Okay, this is the unconscious part of the mind. It handles all these things that are outside of your awareness. When you're driving in your car, you ever notice you can drive and text at the same time, even though you shouldn't do that? Well, the unconscious part of you is driving a car because you've driven that way so many times. Now, the unconscious part of your mind takes over. It's an automatic process. It happens automatically, by the way, without your conscious effort. So when we say people are in the zone, it's their unconsciousness that is doing it. It's not they are consciously doing it. It just happens automatically. It's like they know what to do, when to do it automatically. It's like It's almost like, think about this. You ever forgot your number or forgot somebody's number, and then you pull out your phone and then you just start tapping numbers and then you remember? Because your finger has tapped that number so many different times. Now your finger knows what buttons to push. Or maybe you forgot your password and then you put your fingers on the keyboard, and just like that muscle memory, it just knows it just types it. Does that make sense? Like, this is a real thing. Okay? There's a book that maybe I'll suggest to you. You know, they talk about Tiger Woods on how he would swing his golf club. Like, this is like muscle memory. He'll be able to do things that it was outside his consciousness. It's all unconscious. Does that make sense? And he's able to do the perfect swing every single time. Now, how do we do this? Through meditation. Let me keep it simple. It's just called mental rehearsal. What is mental rehearsal? Listen, this is important. Because, see, what you're trying to do is train your body and your mind to do things that are extraordinary without your conscious effort. Many of you are trying to consciously understand things, consciously solve problems, consciously close calls, conscious. But consciously means that we're working hard, like we're working our brain hard. When we're in the zone, we're in a very relaxed, blissful state, just like I took you guys through 5 minutes ago, right? You were just at peace. You was at flow. Everything felt good. That's where you want to be, because that's when your unconsciousness is working. However, you have to train your unconsciousness to be that way. Because right now, many of you have an unconscious mind that's very contaminated. It is just cluttered with all types of shit. It's dirty. You need a vacuum cleaner in your unconscious mind. Right? You need the deluxe car wash, not even the regular car. You need a deluxe car wash in your mind. Okay? That's why when some of you meditate, you know, it just feels very cluttered. It feels very dirty. It feels like you just start thinking about all types of things. I got to pay bills, and my mom's sick, and this happened here, and this person pissed me off. Like, your brain, because it's so dirty, you start having all these conflictory thoughts. This is not working. We've been trying to do this forever. I mean, all these very innovating thoughts will start to invade your mind because they're there. So when you meditate, you get exposed to them quickly. Okay? So let's talk about mental rehearsal, and then I'm going to let you go here. Mental rehearsal. This is not something that's new, folks. Maybe I'll suggest a book that you can read about it. I mean, something that's very familiar to you that you'll be able to relate to is like athletes. They're always talking about mental rehearsal. Phil Jackson wrote a book. Maybe I give you the name that. Phil Jackson, he was the coach of the Lakers. I think it was the coach of the Bulls too. I'm not sure. But Phil Jackson had what is called a mindfulness mental rehearsal technique that he would give to like Jordan. Tim Grover gave it to, what's his name? Not LeBron James, but Kobe Bryant. And what they would do is this. Before they would play a game, they will rehearse how the game would go or how they wanted the game to go in their mind. They would see themselves dribbling the ball, dunking the ball, shooting the ball, stealing the ball, doing everything they want in their mind. If you ever notice when you watch LeBron James, you know, when you see him, if you've ever been to a game, you see him on TV, he has a period where he just sits there, he takes a deep breath, and he does nothing. Okay. And what he's doing, he's going through a process of mental rehearsal. Now, he's not just doing that in that moment. He has done that many times before. So he's reconnecting himself back to the mental rehearsal that he have done maybe thousands of times before. Okay. So now when he goes into the court, what he does that you think is extraordinary, he does it naturally. He's not even thinking about it. It just happens. That's the flow state, by the way. So you have the same power too. You can do this. How? So it's simple. Just think about tomorrow, because today is almost done. Right? Just think about tomorrow. So think about what you want tomorrow. Comment below. What do you want tomorrow? What do you want to see happen tomorrow in your life? Or what do you want to do well? And it can be something simple, such as I want to find a parking spot. Or it can be something like I want to make $10,000 tomorrow. I don't know. But I want you to think about something that you want, but something that you can do. See, the thing is with LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, they can go to the mental rehearsal process because they have practiced so much as well, right? They practice on their skill. So I want you to think about something that you have practiced, that you've been working on over and over every day, over and over every day. Okay. And maybe you're not getting results, but this is what I want you to do. When you go through the process of mental rehearsal, and that's through meditation, I want you to see yourself doing the thing and doing it well. Okay? Does that make sense? This is important. When I do it, like today, I meditated twice. I'm going to meditate again. I'm probably going to meditate 10 times today. When I'm meditating, I'm going through a period of mental rehearsal. So I'm seeing myself. I'm seeing money, millions of dollars coming into the bank account. I'm seeing my team make hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales. I'm seeing sales going in thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming in. They loving the product, leaving reviews. Like I see that. That's the mental rehearsal. I see myself writing the best copy I've ever written, getting just these divine downloads from the universe. And I'm just writing this copy that is so compelling that everybody that sees it, 90% of the people buy, which causes me to spend $10,000 but make $50,000. Okay, that's what I'm doing personally. Okay, I see in my app, boom, hit the marketplace on the next update. When the app gets its next update, immediately it's going to go from a few downloads a day to $10,000 every single day. And I have to have a customer service team, taking care of all these people and make sure that the app is running efficiently and having all these people sending me offers and wanting to buy the app and things of that sort. And different companies reaching out to me that want to do podcasts and interviews about the app and how it's changing the world, because it's like the next TikTok of manifestation. Okay. So that's me personally. Okay. But listen, now here's the next thing that I'm going to tell you, because I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, if I do this tonight, is it going to happen tomorrow? Listen, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, whatever, Steph Curry, what they all have in common is that they practice. They practice. What's the phrase that I've always used as it relates to practice? Can anybody comment that phrase below, please? What is the one phrase that Wesley Billion Dollar uses all the time that correlates with practice? Can anybody tell me in the comments below? Can anybody tell me in the comments below what is the one phrase that I've used for the past 5 years since I've been doing these podcasts for you on the Millionaire Midnight Rant and the Sunday Mindset Message? What is it, please? Exactly. Shout out to B Kids. Repetition is the mother of skill. Never forget that. That's important. Repetition is the mother of all skill in life. The only reason why you see these gentlemen at the basketball court and they do very well and they just look magical, like Anthony Edwards, like, God damn, oh my God. So, oh yeah, he got talent, God-given talent. No, repetition is the mother of skill. Repetition is the mother of skill. Like repetition combined with mental rehearsal causes an unstoppable human being. Okay, you will be unstoppable. It's everything that you do, it will turn to gold. Everything that you touch, it will work. Okay, does that make sense? Repetition is the mother of skill. Okay, which means is you have to repeatedly go through this process of mental rehearsal and meditation and do the work. Like, what the work, like everybody knows what the work that needs to be done. If you're starting a business, your goal is to sell the product and sell the service, which means you got to be a great salesperson, period. It's some marketing aspect of the business. Okay. That's what you need to be great at. Not at product creation, and you got to be great at sales. Okay. Period. Of marketing for a business. If you're trying to pass a test in school, well, you got to know your stuff. You got to be studying the information. You need to be able to digest the information, to be able to assimilate the information in a way that any test that you take in a scenario that you're in, you're able to do very well. Okay? So repetition is the mother of skill, which means you have to go through the process. Now, this is important. You might continue to go through this process repeatedly, and you might seem like you're failing, right? Repeatedly and failing. Repeatedly and failing. What I want you to understand that you're not failing. This is what I beat into the heads of my team. You're not failing. You're only failing when you're doing nothing. You're only failing when you're bitching and complaining. That's the time when you're failing is when you're depressed and, man, I don't know, but I'm trying. That's when you're failing. As long as you're working on your skill, whatever that skill, sales skill, Facebook skill, copywriting skill, sales skills, marketing skills, basketball skills, singing skills, social media skills, Twitch skills, streaming skills, whatever you're doing, you are building the skill, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Combined with the process of mental rehearsal. Mental rehearsal is creating a scenario or image of that thing perfectly. Which means is you're creating a perfect outcome in your mind as you go through the repetition. Can I get an amen? Raise your right hand if that makes sense to you. Okay? This is why I'm always in flow state. It's easy. Life gets easy because now you become non-judgmental to all the things that are happening to you in your life. You don't even care. You're like, okay, great. It's cool. All right, great. Listen, when things happen in your life and you say that's a problem, you know what I say? Good. No sales today. Good. I failed a test. Good. It's good. You may say, well, why is that good? Because it's an indicator that something is working. Maybe it's not working based off your perception, but it is working. Okay? Good. What's good about it? Because you did something, you got an outcome, it didn't work. Okay, great. What do? We do something else. Or we continue to do the thing until we get the outcome that we want. Period. Through the process of mental rehearsal. See, the reason why, listen, raise your right hand real quickly here. The reason why you have to go through the process of mental rehearsal, which is nothing but meditation, is because you're reinforcing the outcome that you desire in your mind, which you call the spiritual world. You're just reinforcing it. So the more you do it, you're reinforcing while you're practicing and going through the repetition of so-called failing, you eventually hit it. That's how I made $1 million in a month. That's how I did $20 million with Digistore. That's how I did $30 million with ClickBank. That's how I did $3 million with Warrior Plus. This is how I've been like your number one marketer on different platforms. I think I'm the only, I'm probably the only marketer on Digistore and ClickBank had a number one offer for a very long time, and on Warrior Plus. Like everything that I do, it just works perfectly because I'm always in flow state. I love you. If that makes sense, hit the like and share, guys. If you have any questions for me, give me the questions right now. I want you to do that today. I want you to just think about what you want to do, what you want the outcome to be tomorrow, and just meditate and create the outcome in your mind and just think about what you want to happen. Just use your imagination. I get it. Some of you, unfortunately, you haven't used your imagination like you was a child since you were a child. See, children, they use their imagination in a way that they just feel they can do anything. Oh, I'm a cop. I'm a robber. I'm a policeman. I'm a firefighter. I'm a doctor. I'm a surgeon. You know, when they're children are able to embody the experience very easily, right? They don't even know that they're kids anymore. They're like, oh, man, I'm a firefighter now. Yeah. Go get my ladder, John. No, we're a policeman. Go get my gun. I got to take this guy to jail. Get my cuffs as well. Children are great at this. You may say, why? Yeah, well, because in adults, the minds are dirty. Children's minds are very clean. They don't have all that junk in their mind about what they can't do, failure, what they did wrong, they don't have all that. It's just like, oh, I'm this and this. It's just what it is. And they believe it. So what I'm suggesting, I want to help you get back to that childlike mind, into understanding that once you go through the process of meditation and mental rehearsal, into the repetition, which is the mother of all skill, you would get what you want faster. Okay, it would just happen quickly. It won't take 5 and 10 and 20 years and 30 years to do anything. It will happen instantly. You will solve the problems. You would see what you're doing. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong here. Boom. You change there. Boom, boom. I mean, that's what happened to me when I made $1 million. I swear to God, like it was just something simple. It was just a simple thing. I changed it. Boom. Made $1 million. It happened to me so many times in every aspect of my life, by the way, not just money. Okay. Love you. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. If you want to listen to my podcast, just type in Millionaire Midnight Rant on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Much love. And let's go.